All right. Good morning and happy Easter, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just going to give you a few minutes to get on the video and join me live. All right. All right, it is 9:30. Happy Easter, everyone, and welcome to your Friday Express Upper Body Workout. You have myself, Coach Admin, taking you through today's spicy upper session. So in today's class, we're going to start with a quick warm-up of the upper body, a bit of the thoracic turn, a few lateral flexions, just a few extensions, just to get the spine warmed up, and then we get into your other parts of your body, your triceps, your biceps, chest, and shoulders to warm up. In today's class, we are going to be moving through a pull, a push, a pull, a push variation of the exercises. So you might be lying on your front, we work your back, and then you get onto your hands. A few tips here before we get into your workout. If you tend to have really sore wrists, just making sure the alignment of your hand. So to avoid the tension running through your wrists, which is such a tiny joint for your entire body weight, what I like to do is I get my members to place their hands firmly onto the mat before they get into their plank, and just making sure that their body is not leaning over their wrists. Okay, that way you tend to more likely throw the entire body weight onto your wrists. What I get them to do is just allowing the heels of your hands to be in contact with the mat rather than the entire wrist. Okay, so holding on onto that position, and then I tell them to extend their legs back so that they're holding that plank or drop into the knees. Whichever variation of the plank you're choosing, just making sure that the heels of your hands and your entire finger is pushed into the mat. So that way your body is understanding that that's in contact with the mat. Therefore, the weight should be sitting above there, if not keeping the core nice and tight. And that's just a few tips that I give my members just to avoid hurting your wrists. The class for today, you might need some ankle weights or wrist weights if you have them. Otherwise, just grab 2 cans of food while we're warming up. You can grab those, or anything that you feel just provides your arms and your body a bit more of that resistance. Another tip is, if you don't have any weights to use today, just remember you can use just your body weight, so the arms working on its own, and just imagine you're moving through honey rather than through air or water. Okay, so provide your body with a bit more resistance. So I can go from moving my arms forward and back and not feeling anything to really, allowing my body to feel that resistance by forcing my arms to move a little bit slower and contracting the muscles in my triceps when it comes to working that muscle group. And same with doing bicep curls. So I could just bring my hands up towards my face and not feel anything working, as opposed to trying my best to squeeze my triceps. And you can see my biceps are really working to bring my hands up and forcing that resistance if I'm moving through honey or something that's a bit more a thicker fluid rather than just moving without any resistance. Okay, so those are a few tips that can make this workout a little bit more challenging. So we'll get straight into our warm-up real quick, 3 minutes, just to check if everyone's okay with the video. Now, we are going to start with a few exercises on our hands and knees, which is one of the safest ways to warm up the entire body. So again, just placing the hands firmly on the floor, just making sure it's directly underneath your shoulders and you're not leaning over the wrists. And then from here, I'm going to bring my right hand up towards the sky and then threading that arm through, keeping my hip high and feeling that really good click in the mid-thoracic of the spine. Now, pushing through that left hand, we're going to bring the left hand up to the sky, turn and rotate, looking to the right side, and just really appreciating that stretch in the upper body. We go for one more on each side. Bringing it up. Nice work. Okay. Now, from here, we are going to get into some arm rotations here. So I want you to bring your left arm up so that your biceps almost touching your ear. Don't bring your ear to your bicep, just bringing the bicep up so you get in full range of movement. Rotate your arm back and then palms facing to the right. We're going to bring that hand back through the side. So we're going for 2 more like this, just opening up the left side. I want you to keep the core nice and tight. Last one. Awesome work. Let's go in the opposite direction, bringing it all the way back to your starting position, bicep to the ear, and then rotating all the way to your starting position. One more on this arm. Amazing. Let's go with the right arm. Bringing that bicep close to the ear, rotating all the way through. I know the arm is going to be a little bit longer, so you can bring that knuckle towards the floor as you rotate back. Let's go in the opposite direction, opening up the shoulder girdle and just allowing the shoulder blade to glide through your back. Amazing. So from here, I'm going to get you to tuck your toes. You're going to raise your hips high. We're going to paddle our heels onto our mat and just releasing any tightness in the lower body. Of course, we will require a lot of hip stability in today's exercise. So just making sure that we're warming the hip up before that. I want you to bring your spine down. So pushing the hips back, head resting in between the biceps. And then from here, I want you to bring the legs to straighten all the way into that lovely kneeling plank. Arms come out wide. All right. So from here, I'm going to get you to lie on your stomach. Just a quick little one for your hips, opening up the front of your body. We're going to swing our leg over, bending at the knee, and then just opening up the front of the hips here, and then swinging straight back. Oh my goodness, my triceps are still so sore from Wednesday's workout. Or was it? Yeah, it was Wednesday. So Wednesday's workout really got me. All right, now we are going to flip onto our back. Just a quick little one here. Feet wider than the hips. And all we're going to do from here is drop the knees side to side, opening up the side of my hip, and then over to the other side. Really loosening up that hip and lower back. Let's go for 2 more on each side. And 1. Awesome. All right, bringing ourselves up into that seated position. Getting ready for our first one. You may chuck your weights on. If you have these ankle weights or wrist weights, I've got 2 types, of sand and these fancy little blue straps. So I'm going to just strap them around my wrist, just making sure that if you're wearing any bracelet or your watch, which is why I didn't wear mine today, making sure that the bracelet comes above. Otherwise, you're more likely to scratch yourself, which is going to hurt a lot. All right, let's strap that on. And what I'm going to get you to do is, if you've got your cans of food, that's actually one of the best ways to train your arms, your cans of food. They're nice and small and compact, and it's a lot easier to carry rather than your water bottles. Okay, let's do this. We are going to start. Why is this one so much tighter? That is so weird. Okay. Very sorry. This is annoying the heck out of me. All right, let us get into our prone back. So this first one here, we are lying on our front. Okay, so just making sure that we are squeezing our tailbone up towards our sternum. So tailbone tucked in, and tailbone is trying to face the floor. So that way you're keeping that lovely little triangle on the mat while you're lying on your front. From here, your arms come out to the front. Let's bring our arms out to the side first. Let's work our mid traps first. We're going to flip our palms so they're facing out towards the front. You're not looking up. You're keeping that neck in line with the spine, and you're keeping your toes tucked in so to protect your lower back. I am just going to lift my hand up and straight back down. Deep breath in and exhale. To protect your lower back, I want you to make sure that that tailbone is tucked in and you're pushing that triangle in the front of your hip into the mat. Let's go for 5 more like this. 4, 3. It's less likely of a squeeze, more of that raising of the arm, okay? So allow the raise to take control over the shoulder blades rather than the shoulder blades taking control of that raise. Nice work. So making sure that that hand coming up. For 2, last one here, we're going to hold and pulse in here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it down, just the elbows in line with the shoulders, just a little bit of a stretch here. Holding yourself up. Now push your heel of your hand into the mat, just to release any tightness. We're not done here yet. Now bringing it straight back down. From here, we're going to slowly lift one leg straight back down. Now this is just to allow the body to understand that we are coming into a full spinal extension once we raise both your feet up. Let's go for 10, 9, looking down, pushing your hands into the mat, raising the chest, the top of your chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Now, while you're there, squeeze the tailbone in, raising both your feet. Toes are pointing out to the side and feet slightly wider than your hips. From here, I'm going to raise my arm. I'm coming up so that my arms are in line with the corners of the top of my mat. All I'm going to do here is raising up, straight back down. Raise the other side, straight back down. While I'm raising, I'm trying to feel my shoulder blade gliding through the lower back, working the lower traps here. Looking down, going for 10. Squeeze that tailbone. If you're feeling any pain in your lower back, I want you to squeeze your hips in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding them up together. We're going to twist all the way down, touching the hip, all the way back up to your starting position. Hold in that position. Let's go for 9 and 8. You're feeling it in your lower back. I want you to feel it more in the mid back here. 7, not right here. Okay, I want you to tighten that tailbone if you're feeling it there. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Let's bring it down. Now from here, just to get a few dynamic stretches into the spine, flexing it out, and then just rolling straight back in over that body. So that lovely little shell or child's pose stretch, sitting the hips back and allowing that lower back to push out and the thoracic as you're getting into this lovely little intermission. All right, fantastic. We now get into our next sequence. So this next one here, it is super effective. So try to focus more on lowering yourself up, lowering yourself down rather than pushing yourself up off the mat, okay? So we're going for a 2-second tempo. I'm squeezing my trunk, all right? So squeezing the core, properly engaging the abs here. And then from here, I'm going to lower myself for 2 seconds, all the way down. I reach up nice and tall with both legs and arms. Since we've warmed that part up, it is going to be ready for that full hyperextension. All the way back down for 2 seconds. Holding the arms and the legs, pushing straight back up off the mat. Let's go for 3 more like this. Final 2. Final 1. Now all we're going to do here is we're holding that position and hovering off the floor, pushing the heels into the mat. Let's go for 10, 9, straighten and bend, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Hold in that position. Arms and legs extended. We're going to come up together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way back. Getting into that lovely little stretch and bringing it up. Now from here, leaning over the body into that lovely plank, full plank here. We're going to incorporate a push-up. And as we're pushing away from the floor, we're going to raise the hip up. Right leg comes off the mat and then straight into a knee to elbow. Bring it straight back down. Into our next rep, our lovely little push-up following through. We're going to raise our hip. Left leg comes up. And as we're getting down into that plank, knee to the elbow. Bring it straight back down. Our push-up. Raise the hip, straighten the knee, right leg comes up, knee to the elbow. Let's go for 3 more like this. And down. Your push-up, you should be feeling this in the entire body, plus shoulders, triceps. Bring that knee to the elbow. Drop it into the plank, knees to the floor. Our final one here, on each side, we're going to go for the hip raise. Knees straighten. Toe to the ceiling, knee to the elbow. Hold there. We're going to pulse up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down into our next one on the left side. Push up. Hips high first. Straighten the knees. Leg up. Knee to the elbow. Pulsing here up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Into that stretch with your palm flipped up to the ceiling. Nice back. Okay, we've done 2 sequences. We're now getting into either the kneeling or standing. If you find that when you're kneeling, you're placing a lot of tension on the knee, the nerves surrounding the knee joint or in your patella, please roll up your mat, cushion underneath the knees, because this next one you won't be required to do anything else but staying in that kneeling position. Otherwise, feel free to stand up and moving the body just as I am in that kneeling position. So it's just working your entire arm, okay? Your arms. So we shall get into our next sequence. This is a power class. So we get in, we get out. We've got 5 minutes of this workout to go. I am kneeling. Our first one here, we're going to hinge back, arms moving back, so sweeping the arms back. And again, if you don't have these wrist weights or you don't have your cans of food, I want you to imagine you're moving through honey or something that you feel will provide a bit of resistance. So slow the tempo, contract the muscles as you're moving, okay? So we start. Arms are going to be in line with the chest. You bring the arms down, and as you're hinging, you're going to sweep the arms back. Squeeze the triceps, the back of your arms. Bring it straight back in, into that lovely little 90 degree at the elbow. Coming back in, hinging back, sweeping the arms in. Let's go for 8 more like this. The reason I want you to bring it back up here is you're engaging your biceps a whole lot more rather than keeping the hands dangling to the side of your thighs. Keep it up. Let's go for 6 and 5 and 4. Last 3 and 2. Last one here. We pulse the hands, pinky to the ceiling. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in. Now hold that position. We're going to go for our side raises. We're going for 10, 9, oh my gosh, 8, 7, 6. Keep it just in line, parallel to the shoulder, to the floor with your top of your thighs, top of your arms. 4 and 3. This is going to hurt. And 1. Now we're holding at the top there. We're going to pulse for 10. Drop your shoulders away from your ear. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. You're going to straighten your arm forward, squeezing straight back. So now I want you to utilize a bit of the scapula and the muscles surrounding the scapula to control this one. Shoulders are working. They are on fire. They're switched on. They're activated. Let's go for 6 more. 5, 4. Elbows come in line with the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Hold it right there. I want you to flip your palms, okay? So they're facing each other, and we're just going to bicep curl our thumb to the side of our ear. Going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that position. Now I want you to come back to that 90 that we love so much. We're just going to open out to the side. Open out to the side. Before we were doing that one, now we are pulling the elbows out to the side as if you're opening that door, that elevator door. Going for 5 more. 4, hold it with me. 3, holding those ankle weights or your cans of food. Last one here, hold it here. Squeezing the forearms in together. I want you to hold that position. And we're just going to go up and down for 10, 9. Squeeze the wrist weights together or the forearms into each other. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to hold that position. Just straighten the arm, bend the arm. This is our final one. Going for 10. Squeezing the forearms into each other, the sides of your palms. 6, 5, oh my gosh, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Let's shake it off, bringing ourselves down onto our mat. This time here, we're going to go for a quick burnout of the arms. I want you to find that forearm plank first with your hips right above your knees. So don't move the hips back or forward. I want them stacked right above the knees. I hope I'm in that right position. Now holding that position, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to push my heels into the floor as I raise my forearm and my elbow. Let's go for 10, 9. Last little one here. 8, 7, push the heels of your hands into the floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Our next one, we come down, we hover off the floor here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that position, hovering off the floor. Lift the knees here. We're going to pause together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We are done for today. Oh my goodness. And that, you're going to be feeling that all weekend, my friend. And that is your express arm, Pilates arms, as well as a bit of endurance for your entire upper body. And that is it for our workout. We're just going to quickly get into a few different stretches here. I want you to sit onto your heels, bum on the heel. Bring your right hand to the floor. I want you to open up to the side. And then just sweeping over the body, bringing the right hand over to the left. Let's go for one more on each side. I can't believe how quick that was. It was spicy. Like I mentioned, these express workouts, you're in, you're out, and you're done. Now holding onto the front of your knees. I want you to push, shell stretch out. Oh, you can have a look at your body, and I want you to look at your tummy, which is some of our most troubled areas. And a lot of people are like, this is all fat. If you've had kids and you've put on a little bit of weight and you're starting to lose weight, just know that there's a difference between fat and skin rolls, okay? And you cannot get rid of the skin rolls. Yes, you can get rid of the fat, but the skin rolls is going to be there. I can tell you that because it has happened to me. And trust me, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's something to actually be proud of. It reminds you of your hard work and how much you've lost and the strength that you've gained as well. For our triceps, I'm going to bring your hand out to the front. So someone messaged me yesterday saying, how did you get rid of your loose skin? Fact is, I haven't. It's there. But you just need to understand that everyone's body is different. And I know a few friends, taller friends, who have had more, I think they've had 4 kids, 2 girls, 1 boy, 3 girls, 1 boy. And their body is, so they've got a longer torso. So the skin can just stretch out a lot more for a taller person. Whereas because I'm a tiny person, the entire skin rolls folds down onto my lower abs. And it seems like I have a lot of fat there, but it is not, okay? So if that's you, just know that your body is different to everyone else. You cannot lose skin, okay? You can, no matter what anybody tells you. But you can work to lose the fat under it, and that way your entire waist and your hips all tighten up together, and then you get that aesthetic look. Okay, so don't believe everything you see on Instagram. Yes, you can look like you have shredded abs, but you have so many things lying around or hidden that you don't want people to see, which is why I will share those things with you. So now getting into those triceps. Now final little one here for your biceps, which I love. Bringing your hands behind your back, holding onto one hand. Open up the chest and the shoulders. Oh, I can hear all the clicks in my spine. Bringing your chin to the ceiling. Now hips hinging back. Your head comes down to the floor and your hands come up to the ceiling. Holding that lovely deep stretch. You're actually allowing your shoulders and your biceps to stretch all together. And that is it. Happy Easter again for me and my little family who I had to chase so that they don't make too much noise while I'm working out. But have yourself a lovely long weekend. I will catch you on Monday for our next workout, week 2. But you're all doing a fantastic job pushing through this week 1. If you haven't finished your workout, do not worry about it. If you want a longer workout, pair this one with the booty workout from this week, the 10-minute one. Or if you want a shorter workout, go for this 10-minute workout. Whatever works for your schedule, which is why we are doing this Sculpt program, okay? All right, that's it from me. I will catch you later. I am dead in the arms. More there. Oh my God.